Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to day 21 of this 30 Days of Mindfulness series. And today, and for the next 10 days, I'm going to begin talking about beneficial qualities of mind that we can intentionally cultivate in a meditation practice, in mindfulness. These are also known as the 10 parami or 10 paramis. So, just as much as in meditation, we're noticing ways that we unnecessarily suffer, ways that we attach and cling on to experiences which are inevitably changing, we can also intentionally invoke beneficial qualities of mind and cultivate them both mentally and in our physical lives. So, we have this word karma, which I think many people are familiar with. And I think most people know this in the sense of reaping the result of an action, right? But karma itself actually refers to actions. So these are actions in the mind and also actions in daily life. And the key here is that repeated behaviors, either in thoughts or, in our lives, are more likely to happen again, right? So it's like the more I am thinking a specific thought, whether it's a view about myself or someone else or whatever it is, the more likely it is to occur again. Neuroscience is very much has confirmed this, right? It's like carving certain neural pathways. The more I think this certain thought, the more it will tend to repeat. So it's easy to see how mental patterns of like self-deprecation would inevitably pile up on top of themselves and become a negative self-view, a negative view of who we think we might be. And so a major way that we suffer is through selfish views of mind. So this isn't necessarily just greed specifically, although it certainly can be, but also just prioritizing the self repeatedly in thoughts. So just as a thought experiment, reflecting for yourself right now, of the 10,000 or whatever thoughts there are that occur in a day, how many of them are about me and myself? I know for myself, when I started paying attention to this, it's like 99% of the thoughts actually, they're all about me and my place in the world and what this person's thinking about me, right? I'm the common thread in all of these various patterns of thought. And that an antidote to that is to cultivate an attitude of generosity. So this can be in both the thinking mind, right? Mental attitudes of generosity, and also in our actual daily lives. So in a meditation practice, one of the things that we're doing is continually loosening the mind from mental patterns which are related to this self-view, beginning to soften and release the mind from these patterns. And in that, generosity can naturally start to unfold. There can be a lessening of this attachment to the view of me, what I need, what this person's doing wrong to me. All of these, in some form or another, often have a flavor of selfishness to them. And so generosity can be an antidote through cultivating mind states of generosity, and also actually in life, right? Like practicing generosity towards others when there's something that maybe I don't necessarily want to get rid of in this moment, but sometimes actually taking that extra step to offer, to share, to things like that. So these are beneficial for others and actually beneficial for our own minds as well. So we'll actually do some practice and we'll sit for about, a little under 10 minutes, and then I'll offer a little more reflection at the end. So just wherever you're sitting right now, finding an upright posture, one in which the back can be straight, but the body is also soft and open and relaxed. And if it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes, or you can just rest your gaze in front of you. So to begin, just beginning to let the thinking mind fall to the background, and the sensations of this body and the breath come to the foreground. And one way of doing this is to begin to soften and release any unnecessary tension in the body. So just allowing the gentle rhythm of the breath to center the mind. And allowing each out-breath to soften and release as we scan through the body. Starting from the top of the head, releasing the forehead, the mind, the thinking muscle, and the jaw. Allowing the shoulders to fall naturally back, and softening into the torso, allowing the chest to open and release, and softening any unnecessary tension in the belly. Settling the awareness down into the legs and the feet, this base of the body. And getting a global sense of this whole body breathing. And beginning to notice your direct experience of how your awareness is receiving your body. Centering the mind and the heart on this receptive quality of attention and awareness, that which is receiving sensations of the body and the breath. And when thinking is happening, just noticing the way the mind can move reflexively into patterns of thought, gently releasing the mind back into the rhythm of the body and the breath. And for now, we're just letting the mind release itself from the view of self and concerns and worries. This is a practice of generosity, which can impact ourselves and others. Thoughts related to me or mine aren't bad or wrong, but in meditation we can also begin to change our relationship to them through this pattern of releasing the mind and the heart into mindfulness which is rooted in the body. A generous mind is a free mind. And cultivating generosity can lead towards greater and greater ease, and ultimately towards freedom. So thank you for taking the time to practice with this, releasing the mind from some of these views of self that are extremely natural and normal and which all human beings have. So I want to encourage you to just, on your own, beginning to explore this relationship between the self view and actual selfish concerns that we may have, and how releasing the mind from this can further support generosity. and also how actually in our daily lives we might be able to share with others. Just very, very simple ways, either with our time or with a meal or whatever it is. This is an inherent aspect of human connection that has been around since for millions of years. So thank you for taking the time to sit, and just remember that generosity doesn't have to mean giving $1 million to someone. We can practice it in small ways in our daily lives. Be well.